Hello, I'm KJ.
And I'm his mom, Marilyn.
And
We are the Bible Cyclists.
And today we'll be reading Genesis chapter 11
from the International Children's Bible.
Cycle
up! So, Genesis chapter 11 in the ICB version. The language is confused. At this time, the whole world spoke one language. Everyone used the same words. As people moved from east, they found a plain in the land of Babylonia. They settled there to live. They said to each other, "Let's make bricks and bake them to make them hard." So they used bricks instead of stones and tar instead of mortar. Then they said to each other, "Let's build ourselves a city and a tower, and let's make the top of the tower reach high into the sky. We will be famous. If we do this, we will not be scattered over all the earth." The Lord came down to see the city and the tower that the people had built. The Lord said, "Now, these people are united. They all speak the same language. This is only the beginning of what they will do. They will be able to do anything they want. Come, let us go down and confuse their language. Then they will not be able to understand each other." So the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. That is where the Lord confused the language of the whole world. So the place is called Babel. So the Lord caused them to spread out from there over all the whole world. So, KJ.
Basically, Nimrod started this because he basically made the people decide to build the tower up to heaven, but God didn't allow it. So instead, he confused the language, which scattered them across the world.
Why did Nimrod? First of all, who was Nimrod?
He is a great hunter before God.
Yes, and we read about him. Do you remember what we read about him?
Genesis chapter 10.
Yeah, so that's the last chapter we read. And Nimrod was related to who?
Noah.
Right, Noah. So it was Noah and then his son, starts with an H. Ham, who had a son, starts with a C.
Shem.
No. Cush. That's okay. Then Cush's descendants was Nimrod. So this is like Noah's great-great-grandson? Something like that. No, great-grandson. This is Noah's great-grandson, Nimrod. So not too many generations from the flood. Maybe Noah's still alive. Maybe he's not. I doubt it at this point because I think he only lived 100 years after the flood. But they're starting it all over again. They are already trying to defy God, trying to build this temple, this tower high up the heavens, right? And show how big and strong they are and how powerful they are, and nobody can stop them. And history shows us that towers that like the ones that they were building were actually worship temples for false gods. They were pagan worship sites. So not only were they trying to build a tall, tall tower to heaven, to reach heaven, to be like God, but they were also doing it with false gods and false deities or like little figurines and everything like that God really hates. So God's like, Now we have German, we have Russian, we have English, we have French, we have Spanish, we have Chinese, we have Tree, we have Yoruba. We have all these many thousands of different languages, multiple thousands that exist. And we're all scattered across the world, and we don't communicate very well with a lot of people of different languages. And that's because Tower of Babel. Yep. Okay, so thank you for that explanation, helping me out. Now, KJ is going to read, starting at chapter 10, the story of Shem's family.
It's the family of Shem. 2 years later, after the flood, when Shem was 100 years old,
Our fact said
was more. After that, Shem lived 500 years and had other sons and daughters. When Arphaxad was 35 years old, his son Shelah was born. After that, Arphaxad lived 403 and had other sons and daughters. When Shelah was 30 years old, his son Eber was born. After that, Shelah lived 403 and had other sons and daughters. When Eber was 34 years old, his son Peleg was born. After that, Eber lived 430 years and had other sons and daughters. When Peleg was 30 years old, his son Rui was born. After that, Peleg lived 209 years and had other sons and daughters. When Reu was 32 years old, his son Serug was born. After that, Reu lived 207 years and had other sons and daughters. When Serug was 30 years old, his son Nahor was born. After that, Serug lived 200 years and had other sons and daughters. When Nahor was 29 years old, his son Terah was born. After that, Nahor lived 119 and had other sons and daughters. After Terah was 7 years old, his son Abram, Nahor, and Haran was born.
Thank you.
So this is basically about Shem's line and a whole entire cycle. His sons getting children, and the sons' children getting children, and the children, and it's like it keeps going on forever and ever. So it's basically a cycle of inheritance.
Yes, the cycle of inheritance. Very good, KJ. Who did they stop at? Abram. Who's Abram?
Later on the Bible, he is going to be turned into Abraham.
God's going to change his name into Abraham, and that is the father of many nations. So we're about to get into Abraham. It's so cool. I love the story of Abraham. I love the whole Bible. Whole book of Genesis is so good. Yes, so Terah is Abraham's father. Remember, all of them are going back to Noah through Noah's son, Shem. Super important that we understand that. Okay, so we're going to continue to go. So now we're in verse 27. And this is the story of Terah's family.
This is the family history of Terah. Terah was the father of Abram, Noah, and Haran. Haran was the father of Lot. Haran died while his father Terah was still alive. This happened in Ur in Babylonia, where he was born. Abram and Nahor both married Abraham's wife, was named Sarah. Nahor's wife was Milcah. She was the daughter of Haran. Haran was the father of Milcah and Isaac. Sarai was not able to have children.
Sarai.
Terah took his son Abram, his grandson Lot, and his son, and his daughter-in-law Sarah. They moved out of Ur of Babylonia. They planned to go to the land of Canaan, but they reached the city of Haran. They settled there. Terah lived to be 205 years old. Then he died in Haran.
Okay. So as you can see, they're living now less time, right? 205 years as opposed to Noah, who lived 600 years, as opposed to Adam, who lived 930 years. Now their lives are shorter, but still 205 years is a long life compared to how long we have to live. So Terah has 3 sons. One is Abram, one is Nahor, and one is Haran. Haran died, and he left a son named... What is his son name? Lot, yeah. So Lot is a nephew of Abram. And Abram has a wife named Sarai, but they don't have any children. Okay? And that's in verse 30. So they're in this place called Ur, which is in Babylonia. So all of these are going to come together. They had planned to go to the land of Canaan, but when they reached the city of Haran, they settled there. So they were going to leave where they were in Ur and go to Canaan, but then they went to the city of Haran, which is where Lot's brother lived, because his name was Haran. And they just decided to settle there with Lot. And so we're going to conclude the chapter of 11 in Genesis. But we are so grateful for you guys cycling with us. And we can't wait to take you through the book of Genesis and learn more about... Are you okay?
Mhm.
You stretching? Get those willies out. Wigglies. Learn more about the book of Genesis. And there's so much adventure yet to be seen. Okay, he needs to see a chiropractor to crack his back. He is stretching. But please like and subscribe to our channel. We're trying to grow this. We're trying to
Spread the word of God.
spread the
Make
word of
sure-
God. Yes, and this word is so good.
Mhm.
We want to eat it up. We do eating it up every day.
We hope you enjoyed this video.
Yes.
And we wish you a good day.
All right. Bye. You almost forgot.